This story is based on a true encounter shared by someone who swears they still hear it. The tapping. It's not a creepypasta, not a campfire tale. This really happened. And after hearing what went on in that frozen part of Norway, you might never trust a quiet snowfall again.
In the north, the woods aren't empty. They're just quiet enough to hide what walks inside them. My name is Emil, and this happened to me 2 winters ago in northern Norway. I had just turned 32, and after a messy breakup and a draining job, I needed to disappear for a while. Not forever, just long enough to feel human again. So I rented a tiny off-grid cabin near the Lingen Alps. It was marketed as perfectly isolated, and it was. Surrounded by snow-blanketed trees, the cabin sat at the edge of a dense birch forest. The nearest road was nearly a mile away, and in winter, completely useless. I hauled everything in by sled: food, water, candles, and a hand-crank radio. It was silent out there, so silent that even the crunch of snow beneath my boots felt loud. During the day, the sun barely lifted above the horizon. A pale blue twilight hung in the air for hours, then surrendered to the thick, unbroken dark. But I was fine with the solitude. For the first 3 days, I read old books, listened to the wind, and watched snow fall, until I noticed something strange. It was a Tuesday, I think. I had just stepped outside to chop wood. My breath fogged instantly, and the air felt sharp against my face. That's when I saw the tracks, footprints in the snow. They circled the cabin once. No drag marks, no paw prints, just long, deliberate strides. Barefoot, human-like, but wrong. The toes were too long, and the prints ended directly beneath my bedroom window. Then, nothing. No trail in or out. I checked every angle. No sign of wildlife. No pranksters who would hike through miles of snow for a joke. I convinced myself maybe they were old, or mine, but I couldn't fit my boots to them, and they were fresh. The wind hadn't covered them yet. That night, I kept the candles burning longer. The next day, I noticed scratches on the cabin door. 3 vertical lines, shallow but intentional, like someone had run a knife or fingers down the wood. That night, I locked the door from the inside, placed a chair under the handle. I didn't sleep well. The 3rd night, the radio, the hand crank one, turned on by itself. I was washing up when I heard static crackling behind me. I hadn't touched it in days. It was tuned to nothing, just white noise. But beneath the static, I could have sworn I heard breathing. The 4th night, everything snapped. Around 3 a.m., I woke up to the unmistakable creak of snow outside. Not the wind. This was pressure, weight, someone walking. I held my breath. Then, ever so faintly, I heard it. I jumped out of bed and grabbed the flashlight. The beam cut through the room, but when I pointed it outside, there was nothing. No face, no figure, only the footprints. Again, leading away into the woods. I left the cabin at first light. Didn't pack. Didn't look back. Just trudged the mile back to the road and hitchhiked into town, frostbitten and shaking. When I returned, with the property owner later that week, the snow had erased all signs of anything. The cabin looked normal. But I know what I heard. I know what I saw. For months after, I couldn't sleep near windows,
Still can't. Sometimes, in the middle of the night, I wake up and hear 3 faint taps. Always 3. I move to a city, concrete, noise, crowds. But even here, sometimes I see footprints that don't belong to anyone. And every time, I remember the voice. I saw you first.
You're still here? Good. That means you're ready. Subscribe now. We hear things others don't.